Hi guys, welcome back. In this video, I will be telling you guys about my fake friend story. Basically to give you guys like the real truth, okay, in the reality world that, friends do come and go no matter how tight you guys are right now. You guys, might not be tight later on in life. This starts off when I was in the 7th grade. There's going to be two girls in this video. One's going to be called Giraffe, and the other one's going to be called Panda, just so we don't get confused. So basically, we all met in middle school, we all became friends, we all hit it off. I actually met Giraffe first. She actually came up to me the first day of 7th grade, came up to me and was like, "Do you want to be best friends?" And I was like, "Sure." So we instantly, hit it off. We were, the best of friends, both me and her, throughout high school and middle school. And so was Panda, but Panda kind of, was there, but, she ended up, climbing the way to the top, basically. So, I think things definitely started to start being weird after high school. Panda ended up pushing me out of her life after high school, and she came back to my life, and she was like, I'm sorry, and I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, I've been dehydrated, for the most part of the summer, so I was just kind of I don't know, where you're coming from with all this. So we basically just made amends and whatever, and that kind of thing. There was no reason for her to push me out of her life. She even said so herself. She was like, you didn't do anything wrong, you're always there for me, blah blah blah, and I just don't know why I did that. So then in 2014 is when things definitely started to be a little red flag-ish. There was this carnival that happens in July. I believe it's the second carnival that happens in the summer. And me and Panda were already going. So I was like, yo, what better way to go than all three of us go? So it was me, Giraffe, and Panda. We all went. Giraffe slept over my house. And she came in Friday and she was all she was like, guess who I'm talking to? Turns out she was talking to this guy that was my rebound in high school. And basically she was talking to him or whatever, and she was like, oh, he wants to take me out on a date and whatever, and I was like, I mean, go for it if that's what you want. And she actually had a boyfriend at this time, but they were on a break. So I was just kind of go for it if that's what you really want, and you're okay with that, whatever. So she was like, thank you, but he has to pick me up from your house on Sunday. And I felt really uncomfortable, and I already had a bad feeling going into this. Right when she first told me, I already had a bad feeling. And, no one wants to be a rebound, but I was just kind of I just felt like he wanted to hurt her in order to get back at me. And that's not, a really good way to do so, but, yeah. So we ended up going to this carnival Saturday, and I actually wore the shirt that I wore in my Q&A, the little cheetah print one, and my black pants that were they have rips in them, and my gladiators, and my cheetah print belt, and my hair was straight and whatever, and I was just kind of I felt like I looked good, and they were all dogging me, both of them, both Panda and Giraffe, and they were all you look like a this, and you just want attention, you're an attention-seeking this, that, the other, basically giving me all these low blows and whatever. So I made it a mission to get a guy's number that night, and lo and behold, I did. We only had one conversation, we never talked ever again, but my thing was I'm the type of best friend, if my friend is wearing something like this, or, if she's wearing something that she looks good in, she feels like she looks good in, I will, randomly go up to people, whether that be at a carnival, at a mall, at the store, whatever it is. I'll be like, yo, doesn't she look good? Does she not look beautiful? Dang, that's just the kind of best friend I am. I love to show off my best friends, so, whatever. So then, what ended up happening, what happened was this, we went to this carnival, and they were dogging me, whatever. I got this guy's number, Then afterwards, we went home. Me and Giraffe went home, and she was still sweating the night. Her boyfriend calls her at 2 o'clock in the morning, bawling his eyes out, was oh my goodness, I want to be with you, I have to be with you, my life is so incomplete without you, even if we're on a break or whatever. And I'm sitting on Instagram, next, and next. And I was just what I would do, I pray every single day for a guy to call me at 2 o'clock in the morning crying, telling me how he feels about me, okay? And she's over here well, no, you're trying to ruin my girl's day, let me live, blah, blah, that kind of thing. And she was doing this so she can go on the date Sunday. So then Sunday comes about, and, you know, we go to McDonald's for breakfast, we come back home, she gets all dolled up and everything, and afterwards, she's like, come with me down the street, because I told her, like, he can come pick you up, but from, like, down the street, and she was like, come with me, come with me, come with me, and I was all like, no, 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 because I just felt like at this point, I was like, it's really fishy, like, something is so suspicious here. So I ended up like walking with her down the street. I stopped about 4 houses down from when the actual street ended, and he was like standing, or he was like in the car or whatever, and she basically hugged me. She was like, thank you for your blessing, thank you, like I owe you, that kind of thing. And I was like, you don't owe me for anything, it's just a rebound, like he means nothing to me. I'm just like, I told her, I was like, yo, like I have a really bad feeling, like I don't want you to go, you know, with him, because I just feel like he's just going to use you. And she's like, no, you're just overthinking things, blah, 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 that kind of thing. So she texted me about an hour and a half later, and she was like, everything's going great, you know, thank you, thank you. And then she texted me later that night, and she was like, you know, she was just like, everything went great, like, I had so much fun, I really, really like him, I can't wait for our next date, that kind of thing. So Monday, she texted me, and my phone was like, blowing up more than a volcano, okay? And I was like, what's wrong? Like, what's up? And she was all like, he's not texting me back, he's not calling me, like, he's ignoring me, like, do you think I did anything wrong? Like, what do you think, this, that, the other? And I was like, I'm telling you, like, he probably used you to get back at me, but, like, it didn't even affect me in any way, shape, or form. Like, of course, like, when my friend hurts, I hurt, but, like, if I already knew, like, if I already saw it coming, I'm not gonna hurt as much as if I didn't see it coming, you know? That's just me. So then, she was basically like, oh, okay, well, like, whatever, like, I'm just gonna get with my boyfriend and live happily ever after. So then in 2015, all 3 of us, me, Giraffe, and Panda, became closer. We would go to the Cheesecake Factory, even though I hate the Cheesecake Factory. We would go, you know, to the stores, to the movies, to this, to that, and that kind of thing. And in May of 2015, me and Giraffe had a girls' night. We went out to eat, and then we went cosmic bowling. When we went out to eat, she was basically like, she was taking low blows at me because I had my braces in, and she was just like, you know, I think you'd be a lot prettier without braces. I think, you know, you're going to attract a lot of guys without your braces. Like, when do you get them off? That kind of thing. And I was completely taken off guard because I was just like, girl, what are you talking about? Like, I was like, I can get you, your man, and everybody in this whole entire restaurant. So I suggest you to chill. And I was like, I get them off, like, in August, so I don't understand what the big deal is. And she goes, oh, okay, well, that kind of thing, like, I'm just saying, like, blah, 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 they take away from your look, that kind of thing. And I was just like, I had them on for 5 years, so you're saying, like, all these 5 years, like, I was ugly or something? Like, so then, so that was in 2015. So moving forward in June in 2015, things definitely started to take a toll, like, on my life. Things weren't going as planned. I ended up getting dehydrated, or I ended up getting an ear infection, and I was slightly dehydrated. My uncle ended up passing away. I just felt like I was completely, like, cut off and, like, distant from the world. So I was just to myself. And then they would send me Snapchats of them both hanging out, like, always together, doing this, that, the other, and I wasn't myself. So I was just kind of like, you know, whatever, like, I just don't even care, like, I'm going through something, and obviously, like, you guys don't even care. So, then Panda started to talk crap about Giraffe. She was like, she's so conceited, she's so self-centered, she's so annoying, I can't stand her, blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, well, why don't you tell her? Like, if you have the balls to tell me that, like, you can turn around and tell her that. She was like, well, I don't know, like, I'm just saying, like, I'm just, like, letting it out, I'm just, like, you know, venting to you, that kind of thing, but she's coming over, don't tell her that I texted you. And I was just kind of like, okay, like, that's just weird, like, why are you talking crap about her, and then why is she coming over? So, then, in August, I definitely felt like me and Giraffe were, like, distant, like, we weren't talking anymore, like, she was changing, I was changing, I felt like we were both kind of, like, growing up, but I felt like I didn't like the way, because, you know, I had always planned to grow up, you know, like, with her. So then I ended up like texting her like this long text message of how I felt and everything, and she basically like was like sealed the deal. She was like, don't like, she's like, oh, okay, well, I'll always love you, that kind of thing. So I was just like, whatever, like, she doesn't want to be my friend anymore, I don't care, goodbye. So then me and Panda became closer, and Panda stopped talking to her. So then what happened was, I remember this one day, Panda, I like told her, I was like, hey, like, guess what happened? And she was like, what? And I was like, Giraffe friend requested me, and she was like, oh, like, did you accept it? Did you not accept it? And I was like, I accidentally did, but then I accidentally, like, I unfriended her afterwards. And then she was like, oh, okay, well, yeah, me and her had hung out a couple times. And I was completely caught off guard. I was like, did you mess up? Like, did you meant to say something else or whatever? And she was like, no, like, I hung out with her, like, a few times. And I was like, but just a week ago, exactly actually a week before all this went down, she was like talking mad crap about her. And she was like, I will never be friends with her, like, she's so annoying, like, this, that, the other. And at that point, I realized, like, this girl is two-faced. Like, I don't know, like, you know, what she said about me whenever she pushed me out of her life in 2013. I don't know, like, if she says anything. Like, I don't know if they talk about me. And I just realized, like, they weren't, like, the real friends that I thought they truly were. I'm basically making this video not to bash anyone, but I'm basically, you know, letting you guys know that if you are going through something like this, or you know someone that is going through this, you know, share this video with them. And I'm here to let you guys know that, you know, friends come and go. No matter how tight you guys think you guys are now, you never know what tomorrow brings. Trust me, I had plans, like, we had plans to, like, be buried next to each other, okay, when we die. But obviously none of that's gonna happen. So it's the way life works. You know, you grow up and you realize, like, hey, there are certain people you grow out of, you know, and that's perfectly normal and it's perfectly okay. And I know it's much easier said than done. I know you're probably crying with your heart broken and you're like, that's my best friend, that's my best friend. But hey, you know, you should be your own best friend and learn to, you know, lean on yourself and be stronger and better than ever. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys next time in my next video. Bye!